Hello everybody, welcome to the Gameweek 28 team selection video. This is Pranalya, also known as Lateriser 12. I'm recording this video on the morning of Friday 27th Feb. And the most important thing that I need to tell you first is the deadline is tonight. It's not a Saturday deadline, it's a Friday deadline. So make sure you make your moves today because a lot of people will be caught out and hope that you don't lose that advantage. Anyway, let's get into the swing of things because we have just a 24, not even a 24-hour life for this video. So getting into the swing of things, Game Week 27 was decent. 59 points. Palmer captaincy didn't do much. He had a couple of decent chances, but Gusto couldn't find him on a couple of occasions. There's one chance where he was through on goal, didn't happen, but not much damage was done. It could have been a lot worse. Haaland just had one assist, and I thought he looked pretty sharp. So we'll take that. Everybody else did all right. Boomer coming with a 6-pointer, Richard 6-pointer, Verbruggen 7-point clean sheet. We take that. But the green arrow came because of one person and one person only, and that's Nico O'Reilly. I was asleep when the Nico O'Reilly brace happened, and I woke up in the middle of the night to the washroom. And I was seeing the score, and I was like, oh, 2-1, City 1 against Newcastle. I'm like, oh my God, here come the Semenyo and Haaland points because I don't have either of them. Then I saw Nico O'Reilly scored a brace, and I actually did this, rubbed my eyes and checked if he did, and felt good and slept well after that. Things are looking on the up. We were 1.7 million not long ago, sitting at 700k right now. So we keep prodding along. Need to be like a no handbrake. Let's not care about the season attitude and just try to make good decisions week on week. Hill 6 points on the bench, but I wasn't gonna bench him for anybody up there. This interesting feature from live FPL just makes me realize how scary our game weeks are. Because at one point when Joe Pedro scored and Palmer didn't do much, my game week rank, my overall rank was 1.5 million. I'd fallen from, I think 950k to 1.5 million. It got that bad. It also shows you how good it can get. When O'Reilly did hit the brace, got to around the 400 mark. So obviously results are never so extreme, but if you have an extreme variance in the negative or the positive thing, bad. It's a scary graph to share on live FPL. I don't know if I'm going to watch it trot along every week, but I just thought it was an interesting feature. Agobul is doing some good work. Yeah, live FPL is the site where you get to see the live ranks where both these screenshots are from. Shout out to live FPL and Ragaboli. Also, shout out to Fantasy Football Scout. All the data that you see on this podcast is from the Fantasy Football Scout members area. There's some nice tables on there. We urge you to become a member, and you do want to become a member. You will help us by scanning this QR code or clicking on the link in the description below. All right, now yesterday there's a couple of important quotes that came in where Spancop, who's generally a Liverpool ITK, said that Words was not in training and he was there for probably light exercise and gym work. So I do wonder now that Words might not be fit enough to start maybe in the squad because there's 2 games very close by. Do I get Ekitike? The good news is Frimpong might be back though. I just think that's more chaos, and out of the 4 fixtures that I'm targeting Ekitike for, West Ham at home is actually the toughest fixture in my head on paper. So I think I'll still go for him. We'll talk about that later. And then obviously shopping in the midfielder bracket. And this quote that Niels Counteriga, my favorite writer in the FPL community, mentioned is that Anderson, when he's playing for Pereira, he said that I'm playing a little bit higher up than I have been, which I'm enjoying. Maybe just a few more shots and stuff which I need to add to my game. Pereira wants Anderson to be goal scoring. His floor is 4 points. If he gets a goal, that's 3 points guaranteed. Like 5 points for a goal, 3 points bonus, 8 plus 4, 12 pointer if he scores. So for people that are looking at a long-term pick, there is genuinely a really good case for Anderson. He had 4 shots versus Liverpool, 2 chances created, and his DEFCON was good as well. His DEFCON might not sub, but there was an early sub, so I just wanted to give you all the information. He's even a good pick now. I wondered about it, but I just think I'm going to be stubborn and go Dango. But there's literally no reason to not go Anderson. His floor is 4 points, and now if he scores 1 goal, you're clocking a turn, man. What a pick. So yeah, go for him. No problem. Everybody's sort of shopping in the midfielder bracket, which is why I just did some. This is the data for the defense for the last 6 matches, and these are the fixtures for the players that we are generally considering from midfield and attack. I put NFO in there because of our boy Anderson, because of the numbers that I just spoke about. All right, so I am currently leaning towards going Dango Utara over the other mids. And the reason why I tell you is this. Brentford have Burnley away, Bournemouth, Wolves, and Leeds. Now, out of these three teams, Burnley are bottom 3 for XGC. Bournemouth are bottom. So, all the teams feature in the bottom 6 for XGC. Burnley is bottom 3, Bournemouth is bottom 5, then Wolves is second last, and Leeds is sixth last. So in the bottom 6-7 teams, Brentford is facing all these 4 teams who are in the bottom 6 for XGC in the next 4 games. And what I like also is because I saw some highlights for Fulham back, I saw some highlights for Brentford back. Utara's like the outlet if there is a counter, and he's sometimes tasked with the role of being in the box next to Thiago because he's a physical beast as well, right? And when Dango and Shadow play together, Utara's generally done well. It's not the most convincing, but will never be the convincing move when we're shopping in the 6-7 million bracket. I think actually there's genuinely no reason to go for Anderson, so I might just get him. I've not ruled getting Anderson out, and I'll mention my moves and my captaincy because I've not made my mind up. And somebody actually mentioned that Lateriser comes into the team selection videos with more questions than answers. That's okay. Like my job, or not my job, my aim is to give you guys ammunition to form your reasoning. You don't have to go the way I go, but I'm just trying to cite all the factors that I consider. And if those factors help you, well and good. So yeah, on the counter, right, I like the fact that Brentford's 3 games are away, Burnley, Bournemouth, and Leeds, and I expect them to be high transition games. I'm expecting Utara to hit a return or two on the counter, so I like that for him. Outside of that, there's Wilson. Wilson also has great fixtures. He's got Tottenham and Burnley at home before game week 31, who are in the bottom 3 for XGC. Both at home, and looks good. Also, one chat about Wilson was that if Jimenez is on the pitch for 65th minute and he's subbed off, Wilson actually becomes a supercharged asset in the last 25-30 minutes. There's a good chance he might take pens in the last 25-30 minutes, and he sort of is the last line on the counter attack as well. That said, I don't like the West Ham and Forest fixtures for Wilson, because West Ham have been defensively very, very good. As you can see, they're sitting 6th or 7th for XGC. And Forest away, we've seen that to be a decent tire, as Liverpool found out, right? So that's where I am. Bournemouth actually have good fixtures too. They're playing Sunderland, Brentford, Burnley, and United. And Sunderland right now have some injuries as well. So it's a good pick. My only worry is they're not as minute secure as Wilson or Danko, because there's Tavernier coming back. Tavernier would be the number one option, but how many minutes will he play? We need to see what Iraola says in his press conference, because he does value the pressing ability of his attackers. So that's one thing. I think Ryan is a good pick if you want to take a punt. I just think I like the fixtures and the upside for Dango Utara more, which is why I'm going there. And who else has an upside? Anderson. Why? Look at his fixtures. Not the best. He's got Brighton away, City, Fulham, and Spurs. So like 3 tough fixtures, Brighton, City, Fulham, and Spurs away. But floor of 4 points, and if he bangs a goal, you're looking at a 12-pointer because he's good for DEFCON, etc. as well, right? So that's the case with Anderson. And if you're actually not wildcarding in Game Week 32, by the way, check out Press's video because he's done some forward planning. Because what's actually going to happen is a lot of our team that we have in place for 31 is actually really good for Game Week 32 as well. So in case there's a double in 33 which doesn't feature City, you can distribute Haaland money if you have transfers accumulated until 31 and set up for the bench boost in 33. That's an alternate line of thinking based on your team. Unfortunately, I have to use up transfers until 31 to get enough players. So I think I'll be wildcarding in Game Week 32 anyway. But check out this video because it gives some alternate strategy. Yeah, I just wanted to cite that out. So yeah, all things considered, I still think I'm leaning Dango Utara. But I could go Anderson. And I will, as always, mention my transfers and my captain in the pinned comment in this video. And I'm also striker shopping. I was actually hoping I want to be a little fancy and get Sesko. But, with Carrick, we just don't know if Sesko's going to start. Even if he starts this game, I don't know if he's going to start the next 3 games because Carrick has his loyalty to his front 4. That's why I'm just going to go Yugo Ekitike. Yes, Wirtz's potential non-starting ability in this game has me wondering, whether I should go for him or not. But this is data per 90 from Liverpool in 2026 alone. That's since about Game Week 19, so it's a substantial amount of data. He gets 4 shots a box. 4 shots per 90. He gets 3 shots in the box per 90. He gets 1.5 big chances per 90. 0.73 XG per 90. The shot map looks good as well. We just need people to cross into the box. I don't hope Liverpool improve, but I'm hoping if they do, I'm a United fan. That's why if they do, Ekitike is amongst the points because he's the shot hogger in that team. Salah gets 3 shots, but only 0.4 big chances. Wirtz gets 0.6 big chances, 1.7 shots in the box. So his XG numbers are really, really good. And I just feel like he's had, in the last 6 games, he's had some 9 big chances and he's missed 7 of them. This is just reminiscent of Mateta before his game against Bournemouth where he got a hat-trick. Where I feel like there's going to be a cash-in game for Hugo Ekitike, where Liverpool might click. I don't think that game is going to be West Ham because West Ham are good defensively at the moment. But the fixtures after that I quite like. I like Wolves, Spurs and Brighton. They're sort of high transition games. They suit Ekitike's skill set as well. So I'm not getting him for this game. I'm getting him for the next 3 games. But if I have to get him, it's a good entry point to get Ekitike. That's my thinking. Why I'm getting him. The more I'm talking to you guys, the more I'm convinced about the move as well. So yeah, that's why I'm probably going to get him. Would I have him over Thiago? Probably not. But I'm just putting myself in a position to get lucky like I did with Palmer before a good set of fixtures and hoping that there's a game where he braces and I get the points. Now let's talk about captaincy. Interesting discussion this week because Bruno Fernandes plays Crystal Palace, who by the way won 2-0 yesterday and they did well. Let me look at the underlying data. This is in the meantime, you guys need to read this. This is a shout out to Karan from our Discord who did some excellent detective work in terms of how Palace has performed in the Premier League after a Thursday night game. And I'll go through this, but I just wanted to see the stats for Crystal Palace in terms of how are they defensively. They won 2-0 and they conceded only 0.33 XG. Obviously, it was a rubbish team, but they conceded only 0.33 XGs. Things are slightly better. That said, they played 3 away games, and post that, they have scored in the league 2 goals in 3 games and have conceded 7 goals. Against Everton, they conceded 2 goals. Against Arsenal, they conceded 1. Against Leeds, they conceded 4. So they do have the susceptibility to concede goals. And the first choice backline played in those games. They generally don't do well when they play away, and United are in a good moment. And Palace have like a Thursday, Sunday schedule, which is quite brutal for them, right? So, yes, the case for Bruno Fernandes is really, really strong. The only thing is I a little bit struggle with... shout out to Karan, by the way. Some excellent people on our Discord who do some excellent research like this and share it. And I thought this was really, really nice research that was worth sharing. In general, they've just lost the games or drawn the games. They won only 1 game against Wolves after playing Thursday night football. And they do concede goals as well. And United are fresh. 1 week rest, etc. So it should be decent for United against Crystal Palace. And actually, Bruno Fernandes will get a high volume of chance creation as well as shots. But it's just I don't trust us fully against these deep blocks. We saw against West Ham and Everton. We're not the best at them. Hopefully, team chemistry develops and we become better. Our expected goal scored and City's expected goal scored is pretty much the same. But I just think my gut is with Haaland at the moment because I think the transition ability of that game is much higher than the United Crystal Palace game. And I feel like Haaland might get a goal on the counter. And I think Leeds might play a little. It's just in my head. So at the moment, I'm still leaning 60% captaincy Haaland, 40% captaincy Bruno Fernandes. It might change. Let's see what happens at the press conferences today. And it's nice to see Liverpool have a 2.39 expected goals. I'm debating who to bench between Timber and Hill because I'm already going to start Gabriel. Arsenal have 36% clean sheet odds. And Bournemouth have 33% clean sheet odds. Pretty much the same. But Hill gets DEFCON. Timber doesn't. I have one Arsenal defender in play, and Sunderland have some injuries. Mukiele is injured, Brobby is injured, etc. as well. So I'm just going to split the risk, I think. That's where I am. So what am I looking at when it comes to my moves? As discussed on the pod, at the moment I'm captaining Haaland. Bruno's going to be my vice captain. I'm going to be doing Palmer to Dango Utara and Potts to Ekitike and bench Timber. I'm going to be doing it for a -4. I'm taking a -4 because I need players in place for 31 and I need to take a hit for that anyway because the next 2 or 3 transfers I'm going to be spending on my defense. If you see, Timber, Gabriel, O'Reilly, and Richards, none of them are going to be playing in 31. So probably going to use a transfer or two. Actually, I'll see. I might not even use up all transfers because I want to play. I'll be okay with having one or two defenders less in 31 if I'm looking to not wildcard in 32. And I'll check out Press's video, which I haven't. He recorded in the night, and I'm recording this video at 8 o'clock in the morning to see alternate strategy. But that's where I am with my moves. Palmer's tough fixtures. So that's where I am. Haaland captaincy is a gut call. I just think it might be a counter opportunity for Haaland. He's not had more than 6 points in 9 games, so I just think he's due as well. I'm getting strikers that are due in this game. Haaland, the extra Haaland, Thiago, and Ekitike. We'll see where we are with the moves. I'm between Utara and Ekitike. I still haven't ruled out Wilson as well. And I'll let you guys know in the comments. Pin comment once I made my move and decide my captaincy. But as things stand, it's likely going to be Haaland captaincy, Utara, and Ekitike in for Potts and Palmer for a hit. Take care, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video. See you on the other side. Good luck.